History is often presented as a collection of dates, wars, and leaders. But what if history is actually something else? What if beneath every revolution, every collapse, and every moment of transformation, there is a deeper pattern guiding human behavior? A pattern that explains why civilizations rise, why societies fall, and why individuals struggle between order and chaos. This idea sits at the center of a powerful philosophical framework known as maps of meaning, developed by psychologist Jordan Peterson. This theory suggests that human beings do not just navigate the world through facts. We navigate it through meaning. And once you understand this framework, something extraordinary happens. History begins to look less like random events and more like a story humanity keeps repeating. A map normally helps you navigate a place. But according to maps of meaning, the architecture of belief, humans carry something more complex than geographic maps. We carry psychological maps. These maps tell us what is safe, what is dangerous, what is valuable, and what gives life meaning. Peterson argues that every culture builds these maps through myths, stories, religions, traditions, and historical narratives. These systems guide people through the most fundamental tension of human existence, the struggle between order and chaos. Order represents stability, tradition, and known rules. Chaos represents uncertainty, change, and the unknown. Every civilization, every hero story, and every major historical turning point revolves around this battle. And when these maps collapse, history changes dramatically. In Peterson's framework, human societies constantly try to maintain balance between order and chaos. Too much order, and society becomes rigid, authoritarian, and oppressive. Too much chaos, and society collapses into instability and conflict. But history shows something fascinating. Major transformations almost always occur when a society's map of meaning stops working. People begin to feel lost. Old rules no longer make sense, and that is when chaos enters. But chaos is not always destructive. Sometimes chaos is the beginning of transformation. The true power of this analysis lies in its application to secrets and lesser-known events. Traditional history often focuses on the winners and the grand narratives, but this project looks into the cracks. Why does a specific small-scale event suddenly spiral into a cultural revolution? By using a Petersonian lens, we can analyze these secrets not just as economic or political failures, but as moments where a society's shared map of meaning collapsed in the face of the unknown. These lesser-known events serve as perfect case studies for how philosophical archetypes like the hero or the tyrant drive human action on a localized level before they ever reach the global stage. Consider the collapse of the Roman Empire. For centuries, Rome represented the ultimate symbol of order. It had laws, institutions, a powerful military, and a belief system that justified its authority. But slowly, that meaning system began to fracture. Political corruption increased, economic inequality grew, and the stories people used to understand their world no longer explained their suffering. The old map had stopped working. As chaos spread through the empire, something unexpected emerged, a completely new worldview. The rapid spread of Christianity offered people a new map of meaning. It provided answers where the old system had failed. And this new narrative reshaped the entire Western world. This is exactly the pattern Peterson describes. When the map collapses, a new one must emerge. Another key idea in maps of meaning is the hero archetype. This concept appears across almost every mythology ever created. The hero leaves the safety of order, enters chaos, confronts the unknown, and returns with knowledge that transforms society. This pattern appears in ancient myths, but also in real historical figures. For example, leaders who emerge during moments of societal crisis often act like mythological heroes. They step into chaos when the old system fails. Sometimes they rebuild order. Sometimes they make things worse. But they always appear during moments when humanity is searching for a new map. However, meaning systems can also become dangerous when people cling too strongly to a rigid map of meaning. They may refuse to adapt when reality changes. History contains powerful examples of this. Ideologies that promised perfect order sometimes led to devastating consequences. One of the most extreme examples occurred during the rise of World War II. Totalitarian regimes attempted to impose absolute ideological order on society. But when a belief system becomes too rigid, chaos eventually erupts in catastrophic ways. Peterson argues that the lesson of the 20th century is clear. Societies must maintain a delicate balance between stability and adaptability. Without that balance, meaning collapses. Today, humanity is again experiencing massive changes. Technology is reshaping society. Traditional institutions are being questioned, and millions of people feel that the old systems guiding their lives no longer work. In other words, our collective map may be shifting once again. Understanding the psychology of meaning becomes crucial during times like these, because when societies lose their sense of meaning, chaos spreads quickly. But when individuals learn how to confront chaos responsibly, they can help build new systems that restore order. When we examine history through the lens of maps of meaning, something remarkable becomes visible. The rise and fall of civilizations is not just political, it is psychological. It is mythological, and it is deeply human. From ancient myths to collapsing empires to the modern world, humanity has always been navigating the same landscape, a landscape defined by meaning. And perhaps the greatest secret hidden in history is that the same struggle between order and chaos that shapes civilizations is also unfolding inside each of us.